Hey everyone, it's Movie Lover 120 here. Oh, and you know something a little different before I start this? Yep, I moved all my comic movies up to this shelf, and my horror movies are now down below there. And yeah, so I kind of reorganized my shelf a little bit, if you guys probably do notice. But anyway, with that being said, I'm here with a brand new review, and this is for a film that just came out. It's the third MCU movie to come out this year, and it just came out today, but I saw a Thursday night preview of it to get it done quickly. And, yeah. It's for none other than the one I was the least excited for, and that was Eternals. So, yeah. This is the movie I was probably the least excited for this year. But before that, let's get on with the plot. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, an unexpected tragedy forces the Eternals, ancient aliens who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years, come out of the shadows to reunite against mankind's most ancient enemy, the Deviants. Well, I'm going to get to in a bit as to why this happened. So yeah, when I saw the trailers for this, guys, I had doubts on this movie being good, but I decided to give it one watch just to review it for you all, and further determine my final decision to retire from the MCU for good after this movie. Yeah, just so y'all can hear my thoughts on it. So, I went to see the Thursday night showing of this movie, and I gotta say, I loved it! I loved it, yeah, I loved it so much. I loved it so much more than Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and every other film in the Infinity Saga, including Infinity War and Endgame. Oh my god, like, this was the best MCU movie ever. It really made me want to watch all of Phase 4 now. Oh my god. It was probably the best movie of the year I ever watched. Ron! It was so freaking horrible. Oh my god. I don't even know why I even bothered to waste any money or time with this film. This movie was such a nearly 2.5 hour long bore fest. I almost fell asleep watching this garbage in the theater. Like, it was just an absolute time waster. Oh my god. Why did I even go see this? And if you were wondering, is this movie better than Captain Marvel? Oh, hell no! Not at all. This movie was so much worse than Captain Marvel. And I hate to say this, and I'm gonna feel bad saying this, but even I'd rather sit through this film I'd rather sit through Captain Marvel over this movie, because at least Captain Marvel had some enjoyable moments out of that film. While Eternals has like zero, zero redeeming qualities. Wow. Like, this movie had such bad directing, bad screenplay, and bad writing. Yeah, it's way worse than Captain Marvel. Easily. And I even think no MCU movie could be even worse than either Captain Marvel or Iron Man 3, but wow. This movie accomplished that. So yeah, this is actually going to be a movie rant, and not a movie review. Yeah, because, like, seriously, like, I just hate how this whole plot of this movie, because when they explain the plot of this movie, like, 5 years ago, Thanos snapped away half the population, but then the population got brought back again with just a finger snap, and that just brought back the Deviants. Yeah, so since it brought back their enemy, as soon as they heard Salma Hayek's character say that in the trailer, Rajak, her name is, yeah, I just knew from the very beginning they were going to make the whole time heist like Nat sacrificing herself in Vormir, Bruce Banner permanently damaging his own arm to bring everyone back by snapping his fingers with the nano gauntlet, and Tony Stark sacrificing himself to kill Thanos, pointless. I just knew that from the very beginning. They were gonna ruin all those moments. They were gonna entirely make Endgame all for nothing. Just by hearing that part of the trailer. Yeah. Yeah, especially this is said to be the film's even this film has an LGBTQ representation, but this is literally a false narrative pushed from Marvel team to saving face. Eternals is just jammed to the rafters with great ideas, but too many end up weighing the film down instead of letting it fly. The story is bloated and underdeveloped and features too many characters and a clumsy plot. This film was just pretentious and pandering the highest degree. It's so focused on a Hollywood pipe dream that they forgot to write an interesting story. It's overloaded with characters, while they're diverse and inclusive, cannot manage to get the audience to connect with any of their stories on a personal level. Just a bloated attempt to represent everyone. It effectively represents nobody, and this film is shallow, and there are moments of humor, but the moments of humor in this movie are not even funny. I didn't even laugh one bit. The audience seemed to laugh at... Some audience members seemed to laugh at all the humorous bits. I was like, guys, come on, this isn't even that funny. But I didn't say that because I didn't want to get in trouble for saying that. But, its exposition is more tell than show, and will have the average watcher bored to tears like I was. The movie's length is the only eternal part of this film, and basically sidesteps everything the comic creator of these comics, Jack Kirby, created, but I didn't even read these comics. I had no idea who these characters were. And after this movie, I'm glad I never knew who any of these characters were. But yeah, and even subvert some expectations. There's some things this whole thing does wrong. Apparently, Brian Tyree Henry's character in this movie is actually revealed to be gay in this movie, but in the comics, his character apparently is not even gay. Yeah, and Salma Hayek's character Ajax, it seems like she'll be a big character just by the trailers of the movie. Nope, gotcha. She's only in flashbacks, and by the time Gemma Chan and Kit Harington's characters both find her, she's already dead. And even double gotcha, Kit Harington's character's evil, and he actually killed Ajax. So sorry for the spoilers, guys, but yeah, good writing that was. Of course, we have to go the twist villain cliche with that, and one of the characters' name, I think the youngest one there was a young one of this movie, and the youngest member of the Eternals' name is literally Sprite. Yep, the youngest one's name is Sprite. Seriously, you had to name one of your characters after the name of a pop drink? Seriously, why? Yeah, and even when Kit Harington's character revealed to be evil, she joins him, but then after the very final fight, during the final battle, when she's battling Gemma Chan's character, she gets knocked out by I think this character that has this bad habit of mind controlling everybody, and is somehow good again because she wanted to be human the whole time? No, but I'm sorry. I really hated Sprite. I thought she was so annoying, such an annoying brat in this movie. I could not stand her. Yeah, and I didn't really like any of the Eternals, really. Their story wasn't even that interesting. They don't even explain how any of them got their powers. Ugh, my god, it's just... Yeah, that whole 2.5 hour runtime, I was wondering if they would find out how they even got their powers in the first place, and... Yeah, and I really hated that during those whole threats in the Infinity Saga, if bringing back half the universe brought back the Deviants, your enemies, why the hell didn't you guys just stop Thanos from the beginning? Even one of the characters in the very beginning of the movie pointed out, then why didn't you stop Thanos or any other threats? Yeah, exactly. I hate that while the Avengers, were, fighting to the death, making so many sacrifices, going through so many trouble with the media, going through so many controversies, to keep the whole entire universe safe, keep all of Earth safe, the Eternals just sat there and did nothing all those years. They just sat there and did absolutely nothing. Yeah, what great heroes they are. They could have been useful, but nope. Yeah. Oh my god. Its only connection to the comics is the names of the title and the characters, and the villains create zero suspense or stakes because, well, the villains in this movie are Kit Harington's character and Sprite. And its third act collapsed into a very bad CGI monster battle. Yikes! And once again, I thought Captain Marvel was the worst MCU film ever. Nope, I was wrong with this movie, but let's not go blame the pandemic for this, like many people would. Blame out of torch inexperienced Hollywood writers, directors, and producers who are out of their league for ruining the amazing ending of Endgame back in 2019, which should have not been continued, which never should have been continued. And this movie just proves that the MCU should have stopped completely for good after Avengers Endgame. But no, 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 no. Stupid Disney just wants to go make more and more money, 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 money. Because that's what it's about nowadays with them. Because whatever it's Disney, it's always about money. Oh my god. And the post-credit scene, oh god. Here's the post-credit scene. Kit Harington's character doesn't die. He retreats out into space. I think he retreats into the sun. And then the next scene, he's recruited by Eros, Thanos' brother, who's actually Thanos' brother, guys, and offers to recruit him for help. Like, yeah, like great. Now, like I just really hope that this is not going. Yeah, I can already tell they're probably now gonna further ruin Endgame in every single way. Like in this whole Infinity Saga, I get Thanos may have had like a brother or something in the comics, but in the whole Infinity Saga, Thanos never mentions having any biological siblings during any of his appearances. Like even in Infinity War or Endgame, he never mentioned him having a biological sibling or an adopted sibling or just any sibling in general of any kind. Because if he did, he would have like reverenced him, or he maybe would have, or maybe his like brother would have appeared by his side during those times. So that just makes no sense. But yeah, and then there's like, I think that, well, whatever. Like I just looked up these spoilers, guys. I didn't even stay for the credits because I just wanted to leave the theater. I didn't want to watch any post-credit scenes. I didn't want just credit scenes. I think the final one does kind of tease the Black Knight series that's kind of being planned. But in the end, ugh. But yeah, in the end, there's just too much pandering, too little storytelling. Just like most Disney movies these days, it ticks all the woke check boxes, but doesn't deliver on the expectations. The diversity felt extremely forced, and the lack of chemistry in the cast is even apparent. Like I could tell, like hardly any of the cast members even seemed like they didn't even sound like they even enjoyed being in this. Oh, and then there's another, and not much connection with the comics either, but. For those who are wondering, for those who have read the comics, so in the end, if you don't want to have the ending of Endgame ruined for you, please do not go see this. This is probably the third worst movie of 2021 for sure, and it's probably the number one worst MCU movie of all time. Yes, for those who think, yes, Captain Marvel may have been bad, but honestly, I hate to say this, but I honestly would watch. Captain Marvel is still a horrible movie, but I would rather watch Captain Marvel over something like this because Captain Marvel, like I said, at least has some good things about it that I can enjoy, like Nick Fury, Phil Coulson, Ronan Accuser, and Korathal returning, even if their characters aren't really given much to begin with, and I love the 90s references of that movie, and the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel is actually pretty good, aka the mid-credit scene that sets up Endgame, but yeah, that was still a pretty bad film, but definitely nowhere near as bad as freaking this. Because this movie, once again, was just a bore fest. It was way too long. I was just waiting for the movie to end. And, like, it just dragged on. It just dragged on way too long. Some of the characters were even ruined. Like, none of the characters were interesting to begin with. Like, even the cast didn't even sound like they were interested in this movie. They just seemed like they were just bored out of their minds in every scene they were in together. Yeah, and this is exactly why I said I would be retiring from the MCU for good after No Way Home. And this movie just proves that I really need to stop watching the MCU, because I know it's not going to get better as it progresses. I'll watch No Way Home, but in the end, that's going to be it for the MCU, because I know just now that Phase 4 and 5 are just going to get worse and worse as they progress. Because I can already tell, because I'm not liking the direction they're going with the rest of these films. So yeah. But in the end, here's how I'm going to rank Eternals. I am going to give Eternals a 1 out of 10. There we go. That takes care of this rant. And Unfortunately, it has a really bad start off to the November movie season this year, so I really hope just maybe Ghostbusters Afterlife can repair this mess, but even I'm not hyped for that movie, but I just really hope it's just I'm really praying Afterlife is a decent follow up so that this November movie season can actually at least not go out on a whimper. I mean, there's still that animated Disney film Enchanto too, so hopefully I'm just praying this November movie season does not end on a whimper. Whimper. Because it's already starting off with a whimper with this film. And as for the Thursday night crowd, I didn't really see that many people there, so I won't be surprised if this movie fails to meet expectations this opening weekend. I would not be surprised if that ends up happening. Like even the critical reviews are really mixed so far, and it surpassed Thor: The Dark World as the worst rated MCU movie, and that's really not a surprise. But yeah, so yeah, in the end, when this movie comes out on Blu-ray, I'm so not buying it. I will not be making an unboxing video of it because I am not getting this movie for my collection. Shang-Chi I will buy, but definitely not this. Because I definitely don't plan on watching this movie again. But until then, that'll be it for this rant. Thank y'all for watching. If you like this, want to see more, and don't forget to like, subscribe to Movie Lover 120.